Alright, I think the only supporter I have that's streaming right now at twitch.tv is Nay Plays. I don't think Banzi follows me. I think I've checked recently. She's only following 3 accounts, and I'm not one. Alright, so I'm going to host Nay's broadcast. That would be really interesting if Hangwith became the first platform to incorporate hosting another person's stream or broadcast. Alright, this is one of her wine drinking broadcasts. Oh man. She deals with a lot of trolls, and right now they're all sexually harassing her, technically. Yeah, I usually jump into all of her streams. I like all of her Twitter posts. Let's see, what else does she do? Instagram and YouTube. Yes. I guess her name is Izzy. I did not know that. Hopefully I haven't been missing any comments. The thing hasn't popped up or updated. Let's see, we got some viewers. Really appreciate the support. Viewers. I may have to change this pond water up.
Just Travis is being gay. Travis. So I am reading with my coach and Travis. That is the monotone voice that you are hearing.
Everybody always hears the monotone voice. It's not even you hear it from their name. Not monotone at all.
No, it's monotone. Is that?
Let me post the
Are you
link
sure, like,
to
the background of your computer? I feel like it is.
my Twitch channel. Well, actually, this will be interesting. If y'all have never gone to player.me before, this will be a good chance to check it out. It's extremely useful. Extremely useful. It's the entire hub of links almost that I use for gaming related and gaming promotion and all that. So I think it's the only website I linked in my bio. If you click on player.me, you'll be taken to the website and taken to my page. And there you'll see, I think, 13 links to other profiles that player.me supports, and the icons appear in the top left of the webpage. So I think Twitch is a purple symbol, a purple T. So find the little icon and click on it, and you'll be taken right to my Twitch page, where you could view and listen to Nay Plays and her broadcasts. If you do check out player.me and you like it and you have profiles that you want to be supported by the page and you want a page of your own, the site has been public for about maybe a few weeks. So anyone can make a profile there, and it looks fucking professional. It looks super professional. And it's free. It's fucking free, so.
Seriously?
We'll try one more, and if this keeps up, we can just do yours or something.
Alright.
Want to leave where you want to stay, or?
Well, we still have 2 tanks, just no healers, but healers are the ones that we need the most.
I may have to pause her broadcast. A music video from World Star Hip Hop was posted 9 hours ago, and it's just called Fuck Nigga. Let's see what this is about. This is fucking stupid. Oh shit. Black niggas. So wait, they only use Instagram? What?
You may remember a short while ago we covered a game called Cartoon Fighters. Now, that was an interesting situation. It was uploaded to Steam Greenlight by somebody calling themselves Sundry Foot, and it turned out that the game in question, which was a Mugen project done by someone else, did not belong to Sundry Foot because it, well, belonged to someone else. Sundry Foot later closed that game down, although evidence of it still remains. There is still a Cartoon Fighters. You can search for it on Steam Greenlight. There's just no screenshots, no comments, no evidence that it was plagiarized. And plagiarized it most certainly was. Now that's not all that Sundry Foot's been up to. There is another game on Steam Greenlight uploaded by the same individual called Red Alliance. Now, it might not surprise you to learn that Red Alliance was not developed by Sundry Foot either. This was a Unity project that was created by somebody else, and this really highlights the issue that Steam Greenlight has right now, being completely unmonitored and unmoderated as it is. You see, the developer of Red Alliance, the real developer of Red Alliance, found out that this project happened. And sadly enough, the developer, again the real developer of Red Alliance, was about to upload Red Alliance to Steam Greenlight. Only that's had to be put on the back burner because when you search for Red Alliance right now, you get Red Alliance with "this game is closed" listed underneath it, and again, Sundry Foot listed as the creator of it with all of the comments and everything closed. Now, the creator of Red Alliance is quite rightly upset by this. They said the wind taken out of their sails. They were about to put up their own Greenlight page for this game only to find out that someone else had already done it. And the game itself is now associated with this bullshit called Sundry Foot. And if you search for game, just like a Cartoon Fighters, you get that same situation. The game's been closed, which is just, it makes the game look bad. And it makes the developer look bad, even though the actual creator had nothing to do with it. So it's a sad thing all round, and really, to me, it highlights the issues that Greenlight has. You see, Greenlight, along with a lot of the stuff Valve has done on paper, is designed to democratize game development, which I don't think is a terrible idea. Now, I'm all for democratization, but there's a difference between democracy and anarchy, and we really are edging more and more towards that latter element, as opposed to an actual democracy. Because you see, democracy has its rules, it has its oversight, it has its structures, and those things just aren't in place. Now, we saw this when that game about killing people went up on Steam Greenlight. And yes, this stuff gets reported, but not before people see it and just see, you know, how disgusting that this kind of stuff is, and they can be, again, quite rightly upset by it. And in this situation, yes, it was taken down, but it's already fucked over the developer. It's delayed their own Greenlight project. They've got to worry now about their game being associated with this Sundry Foot plagiarist. And who's to say what will happen in the future? We've just learned through Sundry Foot's behaviour that anybody can upload anything to Steam. There's no checks or balances. Valve seem to believe that implementing the $100 fee to get a game on Greenlight would weed out the jokers. And I think if my Best of Steam Greenlight trailers playlist has proven anything, it's that is not true. The jokers are out in full force. There are plenty of wankers with $100 going spare, and they are spending it without issue. So we've got this case here of Sundry Foot, probably some, know-nothing kid who's uploading games they just think are awesome. And they might not even realise they've done something wrong, because Greenlight just seems to be this open door where you can throw up any old shit. And again, if you look at some of the videos I've done in the past, you can see the evidence of this shit It's just something I'm a part of, and really is spearheaded by the Steam community, and they do a great job of it. But stuff like this going up, just showing how easy it is to throw up a game you've not made, is it's bad. It's bad that someone can do that, and apparently they have to provide no proof that they made the game. They can just put it up, and Valve's whole approach has been sit back and let it take care of itself, which is fine for them. It's fine for Steam, I guess, but it's fucked this developer over. It's messed with his plans. It's, even though it's been taken down, I'd still feel raw about it. I'd still feel like my own work has been violated by somebody else, and that's no way to be. That's no position to put someone in. It's not fair. It's certainly not cool, and it is a very real problem. So just doing my bit here to spread the word there that not only is this Sundry Foot person potentially able to do it again, this is something that it's a new thing on the list for us to keep our fucking eyes open for. Not only do we have to worry about games being shit, games not working.
I don't know, what's y'all's opinion if Steam implemented, like, raised the license fee from $100 to $1,000 to develop and publish a game? Would that be a positive or negative thing? Sure, you'd be getting rid of a lot of trolls and fucked up developers, but raising it to like $1,000 would, I mean, if you wanted to publish a game, you could develop it, even if you had the workstation. If you had the workstation, you could develop it, finish it yourself. But if you wanted to publish it so you could sell it, monetize it, and you wanted to use that massive platform, Steam, I mean, you'd have to launch a Kickstarter or some shit just to cover that cost. And I don't know if the Kickstarter community is that savvy. Because, I don't know, last time I was on Kickstarter and GoFundMe and all that stuff, it all seemed very directionless and, I don't know, not laid out very well. Not very intuitive as a website, as an experience, so.
Early access games being abandoned, games that come up on the front page being asset flips. We've got to worry about all that, and now we also have to worry about the games we're playing not even being the actual work of the developer selling them. So that's good. That's something else that's fun to put on a fucking list. Steam Greenlight is right now anarchy, and not Rick from the Young Ones fun anarchy. Just a fucking free-for-all. And this is real evidence that it's harmed someone, and that's really not fucking on. So, again, keep them peeled. It's the only advice I can give to anyone now at this point. We've got to keep our eye out for something fucking else. Wonderful. And best of luck to the actual Red Alliance dev. I don't know if your game's good or bad, but hopefully you get it up on Greenlight, get it onto Steam, and then I'll play it, and we'll see for ourselves, won't we? Until then, that was just a bit of a PSA and a little bit of a rant, so I'm going to go and probably just tap on some pictures and Fallout Shelter again. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit. Welcome to my roundup of the Sony E3 2015 press conference. I'll be going through what they showed on stage, giving opinions, and pointing out a few different things, some of which I liked and some of which I didn't. And I'd like to start with one particular bugbear. This was actually a running theme throughout the entire show, and it was platform-exclusive content. You might think, that doesn't sound too unusual. They make platform-exclusive content all the time. In fact, that's what consoles' business models are based on. Yes, but we're not talking about games. We're not talking about platform-exclusive games. We're talking about multi-platform releases with PlayStation-specific stuff. And there was a metric ton of it. They have really gone all out on it this time. Almost every multi-platform game that they showed mentioned something about there being a Sony exclusive thingy. In the least egregious examples, it was things like an earlier beta than everybody else. Okay, fine, kinda sucks that everybody doesn't get it at the same time, but not really a big deal. On the flip side, platform-exclusive missions, platform-exclusive content, and of course platform-timed exclusive delays on all sorts of things like DLC, which of course includes Call of Duty, which was historically Microsoft's little cow when it came to milking that particular side of the industry. I don't see why anyone would ever approve of that stuff or applaud it in the audience unless you happen to be a Sony employee. It isn't good for anybody. It literally is bragging rights and fuel on the fire of the console war. That's all it serves. If it were on all consoles at the same time, everybody would be happy. As it stands, now some people aren't happy, and yet these people over here are as happy as they would have been previously. Perhaps even a little bit more happy because they get to rub it in the faces of people that don't own those machines, which frankly is puerile, childish, and ridiculous. So I would love to see that go the way of the dodo. I understand the need for platform exclusives when it comes to games. But what we're seeing lately is a very mercenary attitude coming from not only
I just noticed we got a
these
new viewer. That's so
platform
dope.
manufacturers, but also
I'm watching
the
this
companies
video
that are
and I
enabling
kind
the
of
behavior.
took on my focus. I hope I didn't miss any chat. But if I have, it hasn't popped up on the phone, on the chat on the phone. So if that's the case, then I'll just, I want to blame the beta form of the app rather than my phone or some shit. Alright.
Yeah. Now, people like Crystal Dynamics, for instance, with Tomb Raider, a game that came out on several platforms, that being PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, and did pretty well, even though Square Enix are like, yeah, we only sold like 5,000 billion copies, which was obviously below our expectations. Now, this time around, you've got Rise of the Tomb Raider, exclusive on Xbox, at least for a while anyway. And we have the same bloody thing being pulled out here from Sony as well. It is toxic, it's obnoxious, and it doesn't help anybody. I mean, it's inherently anti-consumer in every respect, and I don't see any reason to ever bloody support it. Like I said, Sony's presentation was chock full of it. So many. I mean, unless it was an actual exclusive game, you could probably bank on them saying something like, there'll be some sort of PlayStation exclusive thingy that nobody else gets. Oh, ugh. Horrible. Left a sour taste in my mouth. Anyway, let's move on beyond that and actually talk about the games that were displayed. The first one, of course, being one of the biggest announcements. The Last Guardian isn't dead, which is something that people didn't actually expect. We've been hoping for footage of The Last Guardian, the game from the makers of Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, for quite some time, and there were many rumors that it was dead. Trademark abandonment and a false report from IGN in 2014 that was later retracted indicated that it wasn't going to come out, but as it stands, it will. And it looked pretty damn impressive. The usual aesthetic and usual thematic elements from games from that studio are in full attendance. What I mean by that is that pretty much every game from Team Ico has two central themes: a lonely world and some sort of companion. And we had, with Ico, of course, you have the girl and Very Lonely World. And then with Shadow of the Colossus, you have the horse and Very Lonely World. And now you have this guardian creature and, again, Very Lonely World, at least from what we've seen at this point. It's nice to see that they're sticking to their trademark washed-out aesthetic as well, as per Shadow of the Colossus. And it seems to be looking fairly good. I love the art style of this. Bear in mind, this game has been in development since 2007. So this is a bit of a weird one. I mean, it's moved from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4. It's been in development limbo for a very long time indeed. And it will be a puzzle action game for the most part. You've got to figure out how to get from point A to point B using the boy and moving around the creature, the man-eating eagle known as Trico. And you can do that in a number of different ways, like moving it around with food or calling it to go to different places, all that kind of thing. It looks really interesting. It's not my sort of game, but it really does look quite good indeed, and I'm glad to see that it's back. The next game that was shown on the stage was a piece of new IP by Guerrilla Games. Guerrilla Games, as you're probably aware, are responsible for the Killzone series indeed. They did that and Shell Shock Nam. Those are the only games that they've made. They're making a game called Horizons, and it looks to be an open-world, post-apocalyptic sort of thing involving hunting and combat and so on and so forth. You play a tribeswoman that has a bow, which can shoot a variety of different technologically enhanced arrows. And the theme seems to be man and nature versus technology and all that kind of thing. I'm definitely going to have to see a little bit more of this before I really make a judgment on it. It looks good from an aesthetic standpoint. As much as the robo-dinos are a little bit ridiculous, from a rule of cool standpoint, I will find that acceptable. You know, they do look really, really good. And fighting these creatures does seem to be relatively interesting, having to utilize different types of ammunition, tactics, and also target weak points. I can certainly dig that. The question is, what else do you end up doing in Horizon Zero Dawn? It reminds me quite a bit of a Tomb Raider reboot, honestly, so we'll see what else they come up with. There's things like crafting, like Tomb Raider, hunting, like Tomb Raider, open world bow action, like Tomb Raider, and so on and so forth. Not that that's a sin, I'm not criticizing it on that basis, I just want to see if it does anything different or what we're just looking at as an open world action game. Which is fine in and of itself, that's okay, but I would like to see more. I do like the visuals, they are rather striking, so hopefully it will end up being decent. That one looks like it's going to be a platform exclusive, as all of Guerrilla Games stuff is, so don't expect that on PC. We then got a CG trailer for the new Hitman game, which is imaginatively titled Hitman. Doesn't really tell us a great deal, I'm afraid. No gameplay footage on display there. The game did have a pre-alpha hands-off demonstration available at E3, however, and what I gathered from watching some of that is the levels look a great deal more like Blood Money than they do like Absolution. When I did my video on Absolution, the one thing that I said and criticized a great deal was, look, the way that Blood Money and the previous Hitman games usually operated is that you had a playground to work with, and you had a level, you went into the level, and then you figured out which way to approach it. And the thing about Absolution is it was a game about getting from point A to point B a lot of the time, which is not really what people liked Hitman for. Whereas this time around, it does absolutely seem like they're going back to what Blood Money was all about. They've got big levels, they've taken away the linearity, and they've put a great deal of different ways to eliminate your targets in. So it's about big set-piece levels where you have to figure out a way to approach it. And that is, of course, exactly what you should be expecting from a Hitman game. Also, they're not going to have a season pass. All DLC will be free for this game, which makes me wonder just how much DLC there actually will be for it. Who knows? But it looks like it might be a return to form, which is good. I didn't hate Absolution. I thought it was a good enough game. It just wasn't a good Hitman game. It was a decent third-person stealth action game. They then showed a little bit of Street Fighter V, which is going to be, of course, on PC as well as PlayStation. And there's apparently no chance of it making its way to Xbox. That's an actual quote. So, sorry, those of you on Xbox, you will not be able to play this one. It looks like a lot of funding was given by Sony for this game, and there were rumors before Street Fighter V was announced that there was no way that Capcom could actually afford to make it, which is why they kept churning out iterations of Street Fighter 4. It looks good, I'm going to be honest. I mean, I've always been an appreciator of Street Fighter, and it looks really, really nice. I couldn't really go too much into depth on the differences in mechanics, because that game has the depth of an abyss. There's a lot to cover there. But I did watch some of the gameplay from the Capcom Fighters tournament that was going on there, and it looked really impressive. It looks like a more aggressive game than Street Fighter 4, which I can certainly appreciate. It looks like pressure will work a great deal more, and I really do like the fact that each character has a set of unique attacks that are based on their meter. That is a rather cool take on the whole thing. There will, of course, be a Sony exclusive beta, because of course there will be, but the game is coming out on PC as well, hopefully with reasonable netcode, because there have been some problems with the Street Fighter releases in that regard. Alright, yet another demonstration of No Man's Sky to follow that one up. This time he was actually playing it, which I think is the first time that's happened. I've seen a number of presentations, they've pretty much been hands-off, most of them pre-recorded. He even stated within the presentation that something could go wrong because he was picking a random planet to go and explore, and he had no idea what would happen. It did give a little bit of information about the gameplay, but it's still a little bit mysterious. There's little bits and pieces that you can gather from various interviews. This one showed him landing on a planet, exploring it, finding a few different life forms, also demonstrating that the planets are destructible, and then uploading the information via a beacon in order to earn some form of currency. We still don't know exactly what the whole game is all about, and I don't think we ever will until this bloody thing actually comes out. It's looking like it's taking shape, but it is ambitious, like it's Spore level ambitious, maybe even more so, which does concern me. It's always concerned me. I wish Hello Games the best of luck because I love their previous titles, but let's be honest, there's a little bit of a difference between a 2D stuntman game and simulating the entire bloody universe. There was also the reconfirmation that it is coming to PC and that it'll be a simultaneous launch. Thing is, we knew this already, it's just people seem to have forgotten, probably down to the fact that it's been shown at Sony presentations over and over again. After that, we got Media Molecule. They were showing something called Dreams. And I don't know what it is. Like, I really don't know what